Today I'll be showing you how to draw a sunset scenery, so let's get started. For this, we'll just be needing a piece of paper and a pencil, and I'll also be using some oil pastels here. Now, let's get drawing. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the line coming like this, straight from my paper, like a hill shape, and then I'm going to bring it down like this. So I'm going to bring it down like that, and then connect it to the end. I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so here's how it looks so far. Now I'll be showing you the houses that I'm going to be drawing here, and I'll also be drawing a waterfall and some trees and bushes. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a house. So for the house, I'm just going to make two lines coming out of the ground. Then make triangle shapes like that. Then I'll make a little line coming out and going up and connecting it to the top. Then I'll make it all the way down here. Bring it down. And this is going to be the roof of our house. Connect it. Just like that. And then we're going to make a line coming down and connecting it to make a house. Now I'm going to make a little door. So I'll make a little rectangle shape and a line through the middle. And also a little window here. Okay, and I'll just make one line like that. Okay, so we have our door. Then we have our first house here. Now I'll be drawing a second house. This house is going to be a bit taller than this one. Okay, so I'm going to first start off with a line like this coming top of the roof, and also bring it down. Okay, there. Now I'll be doing the same line right next to it, just a little bit shorter, so it's gonna look a slanted. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little triangle roof. Make sure to connect. Okay, and do the same thing I did before. Make a line coming like this out of my roof. Connect it. Okay, and now we have our house. Now I'm gonna make a line coming straight through the middle, like that. Okay, and now I'll make the roof. So the roof, I'm just gonna be drawing a slanted line coming out, then bring it down like that, and then connect it in the bottom. So that's gonna be the roof, and then I'm gonna connect it to the tiny house over here. Okay, now I'll be drawing the same window and door for this house too. So let's come to the bottom, make a rectangle, and make two lines inside it. And then also one on top here, make a square, and then make two lines inside it. There, we got two houses. And I'm also going to be doing one more house, kind of small like that one, right next to this big house here. So let's make two lines coming out, like that. And this would be part of our roof, and then connect it with a slanting line. Then make another line to make it look like a triangle. And then right next to this line, we'll do one right next to it like that. Connect it together. And then just connect it to the ground with a straight line coming down. And then right next to it, we'll do one more. Straight down. Perfect. Okay, now I'll be drawing a door and a window. Okay, so we're going to make a rectangle, two lines in here, and I don't think I'm going to add a window to this house. Okay, for this part you could use a ruler, but I think I'm just going to do it free-handed, and I'm just going to make a straight line coming across and stopping, and then a few inches later I'm going to make it come back and end it across my paper. There. And this gap will have our little waterfall coming down, and this will be our water here. Okay, so it doesn't look like a waterfall yet, but to make it look like a waterfall, I'm just going to make two lines coming up. Okay, one and two, and then making some wavy lines, okay, to connect it. And then I'll also be drawing a few lines like that to make it look a bit more like a watery. And I'll be doing it also some on the bottom. So make it look a little more like a water. And then since water has ripples, we're going to be drawing some ripples coming out like that. 1, 2, and we'll be doing one more. And this one is not going to be connected, it's going to be like 1, 2, and 1 here, 3. Okay, there we have our ripples and our waterfall. Now I'll be drawing some rocks on the side here. So just may come up, then come down, and then don't connect all the way here because we're going to be adding some bushes across. And do the same thing. Come up, come down a little, and come up, and connect to my paper. Now we have little gaps here because we're going to be adding some bushes. So for my bushes, I'm just going to there we go, and attach to my paper just like that. And I'll also be doing some rocks and bushes on this side, and I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, so here's how it looks so far. We have our waterfall, the little rocks and the bushes, and our 3 houses here. I'll also be doing some rocks coming out here and a tree over here. So we're just gonna keep doing the rocks that we did. So just keep on going, but this time we're gonna connect completely to the ground. But this is gonna have some bushes here. This one is the only one that connects to the ground, but the rest we're going to be doing only halfway. Okay, so we're just gonna keep on going. Here we go. 1, 2. This one's gonna connect to the house, and this one's also like that. And then we're gonna do one here. The last one will connect to our paper. There. And the gaps here will be drawing some bushes and also some over here. Okay, so now I'll be adding the bushes. And for the bushes, I'm just gonna keep one bush here on the bottom, and also some on the top connecting to the roof. So I've done some on this side. I'll be doing some on this side here. Make them any size you want. I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, so we got the bushes, the rocks, the waterfall. Now I'm just gonna make one huge tree over here. Okay, so for my tree, I'm just gonna come up over here, make a Y shape almost, and connect to my rock. Now let's draw a V, and then also draw one more, and the last one here. And then I'll just connect down again. Okay, so that's gonna be our branch for our tree. Now just make the bushness. There we go. And then draw one more next to that. Okay. And I'm gonna make a V here. Okay. To make it look like branches. And I'll do one more on top here. Perfect. Okay, so we have our tree and everything. Now we're gonna get coloring. Okay, so for the sky, I'll be using some dark orange, some light orange, and this yellow, a yellowish orange, and yellow itself, and be doing the sky. You could just use one orange if you like, or make the sky blue, but I'm gonna make it like a sunset theme. So I'll just be doing it one by one, layering it. So I'm gonna start off with this one, and just keep on going until it looks like this. Okay, so here's how our sunset drawing looks now, because we have colored most of the sky with our oil pastel. Now I'll be showing the next step. Okay, so for the trees, I'm gonna be using a dark green. This is how my sky looks. It looks super beautiful. But now I'll be moving on to the trees, and I'm using this dark green first and doing that on the bottom like that. And then I'll move on into a lighter green. But I'll be doing that to all the trees. So first, I'm keep on going with this dark green. clouds on the top here. Okay. There we go. It's not that dark, but it's just green. Okay. And now I'll be using a lighter one on top of that. There we go. I'll be doing that to all of my trees. Okay, so I'm just going to do this for my first tree here. Okay. And the one right next to it here. And you can color in the whole thing if you like. I'll just be doing one more color. So I'll be using light green here as well, but the third color I'll be using this super dark green. And I'll just be doing it for the bottom just a little, for some shadowing, and I'll be blending it with a tissue paper like I did for the sky to make it look super smooth and clean. Okay, so I'll be using the dark green, and I'll just be adding a little to the top tree now. I did a little bit for the bottom trees, and then just put a little bit out. Okay, and you don't have to blend if you don't want to. Now you don't have to use oil pastels either, you can also use crayons. Okay, so I'm done with the dark green, and I'm going to go back to my light green and color in completely these trees. So there we go, we have our light green here, and we're just going to keep on coloring all of these trees. Okay, and I'll be doing this one now. And now the last one on top. There we go. Okay. The difference between crayons and oil pastel is that oil pastels will come a lot smoother on this paper and are way easier for blending, like that. Okay. Crayons are not usually this smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the rocks and do the trunk of the tree later. And for the rocks, I'll be using this dark gray I have, and just be using it on the bottom, like that, slowly, and make sure you don't get it on your bushes here. Okay. Just keep on going. And make sure you don't cover the whole thing. Just do until the center of a rock. Okay. And I'll be just doing each one with this gray, and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so I finished all my rocks with this dark gray here on this side. I'll also be doing this side later. Now, I'll be using a lighter gray, and I'll be doing it on top of the dark gray here, just like that. Just be coloring on top. Okay, doing some here. All of my rocks will have this. Just keep on going. If you don't want smudges on your paper, you could use like a tissue paper here. We'll leave it here like that, and you could rest your hand here and color, just like that. And just keep on going. Okay, so most of my rocks here are done. I'm just going to be doing the bottom, and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so I finished with that gray now. I finished with all my rocks. Now I'll be using one more gray. This is the lightest gray that I'm going to be using. This will be also the last gray. And just be doing some on the top of the rocks, slowly coming up. Just like that. And just color it in completely. There we go. This is how one of your rocks should look. They almost look like mountains. And I'll be doing that all for the rest of my rock. Also for this side, I'll be coloring it just the same way. Starting off with the darkest gray and then going to the lightest. And I'll show you how my rocks look when they're all finished. Okay, so my rocks are all finished on both sides. Now, I'll be doing the tree branch. So for the tree branch, I'll be using dark brown and a little bit of light brown. And I'll just be using the light dark brown here. Okay, like that. Just gonna come down. I'll be using half of the dark brown for the tree and half of the light brown. There we go. That's enough for the light brown. And now I'll be using the light brown. That's enough for the dark brown. And I'll be using the light brown here right next to that. Perfect. There we go. Make sure you don't put that on the rocks. Okay, I've got a little bit. Okay, perfect. And our tree is finished. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be doing are the bushes under the rocks here. And I'll be using the same colors that I used for the tree. This green, light green, and also some of that dark green that I used. Here it is. Okay, so I'll also be doing it in the same order I did. So I'll put the dark green on the bottom last, but first I'll be using this green, the regular one, and just be coloring the bottom of our bushes. So I'm just gonna come up here on the bushes on this side and just keep coloring. There we go. Under the bushes, there's be the waterfall. Okay, so that's supposed to be very little. Okay, and I use the light green and color in the top. There we go. Perfect. And then just do a little bit of dark green to the bottom. There. Okay. And I'll be doing that to all of my bushes on the other side. Okay, so I'll be doing the same thing for the other side. I'll be using some green again and just doing that all around the house. Just keep on going with that. I'll be doing it super slowly because I don't want to get my green in the blue part where I'll be doing the water. For this, I'll be using a bit more darker green because I have more space. This bigger bush here. Okay. On the top of the house here. Make sure I don't want to get on the roof. Okay. So now I'll be using the light green again. Just adding some on the top. And make sure you color in the whole thing. Okay, so here's how my bush looks. Now I'll just be adding the dark green to the bottom like I always do. Here. Okay. Now you don't have to do this, it's just optional. Perfect, okay. And I'll also be doing this for the other two bushes that I have here, and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so I finished all of the bushes, and now I'll be showing you how to color in the houses. Okay, so now I'll be showing you the roofs for the house. So I'll be using some dark purple and also some light purple. So this is the for the bushes. I'll be doing the dark purple on the bottom. I'm getting lighter as I go up. Let's try with one house. Go purple. Here's the dark one. Okay. And then I go lighter with this one. As I go up. light purple, but that you don't have to do that. That's like that. Perfect. We got 3 shades of purple for the roof, and I'll be doing that for all of my roofs. So just the same thing for this side of the roof. I'll use some dark purple and lighter. But for this, I'll only be using 2 colors. Okay, dark purple and also light one. Just like that. Perfect. So one of my roofs is finished. Okay, so now you just do that for all of your roofs with this. I'll be showing you one more on camera. So the dark purple first, always. I first make a border and then color in. There's so much I don't know. Okay, perfect. So that's some dark purple. And I'll also be doing the light purple. And you don't have to use purple, you could use pink and use dark pink and light pink, or orange, or even blue. And then I will finish it off with this purple. There we go. And we have our second roof. Very nice. I really like how those colors go together on both of those roofs. So I'll be doing the same thing for this side now with the dark purple and color it in the bottom always, and then just keep on going. Then with the light purple, and then I always finish it off with the purple here. Perfect. And I'll be finishing this one as well. Okay, so now I'll be doing the doors and the windows for the houses. So for my doors, I'll be using some blue, and I'm using a dark blue, like this one. And then for the windows, I'll be using a light blue, like this one. And I'll just be coloring it in. So I'm only using one color, just like that. It's okay, your lines get covered up. There we go. And I just do that for all of my doors. And we have 2 more. And then for the windows, I used a super light blue. Like that. Another one here. There we go. Perfect. And now, I'll be doing all my doors. And I'll show you the next step after I'm finished. Okay, so now to finish up the houses, I'll be using a super light gray, lighter than this one on here. So just shade in the houses a little bit on the sides here, a little bit on the inside. So that's very light. Now I'll be doing that to all of my houses. So I'll be doing one here. I think I'll only be doing that to the side of the house. And the last one here. Okay. There. Okay, so the side of my houses are shaded in. And now the last step is to do the waterfall and the ground here. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so for smoothing my gray out, because it looks a bit rough, since I did it lightly, I used some white here. And it makes it super smooth. Like that. I'm going to be doing this to the bottom here, so you can see a little bit of a difference. Okay. Now I'll render this a little bit darker than the regular one. And you can color in the whole house if you want to, any color. I just did people whites. You can also, if you want, color in it with a little bit of pencil. Make some regular pencil, we just go like that. A little bit of shade. Like that. Oh, I think I'm just gonna leave that on. Okay, so now we'll be moving on to the waterfall here. And for that, I'll be using some light blue dark blue. So I'll be starting off with light blue and just doing a very little here. Okay. Like that. It's going to be coming out. Just like that. And I'll also be using some dark blue for the borders here, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so basically you just keep on going here with a light blue. Like that. Just keep on going. Okay, perfect. And then you could use the dark blue and a little bit of shading to it. Okay, and don't worry, we will always blend this together. So there's a little bit of blue with the light blue and the dark blue mixed together for the water. Just like that. Okay, so now I'll be using the light blue and just coloring in completely with the light blue. Okay. And I'll show you, and also on this side, I will be working it here as well. Just like that. And I'll show you how it looks completely with the light blue. Okay, so here I have finished all of the water with the light blue. Okay, so we add the dark blue for the edges here, just a little bit on both sides, not a lot. And the waterfall, and some little bits in the ocean water. And that's it. Now I'll be showing you how to do the ground, so it'll be pretty easy. Okay, so for the ground, I'll be adding a little bit of flowers, and to do that, first I'll be starting with some pink. And I'm going to rub it in lightly, so super light, and then I'm going to rub it with tissue. It's just going to look blended in. Okay, the sides of it, there. Now, I'm going to take a bit of my tissue paper here, slip some off, and just try to blend it, smooth it in. Rubbing it. This will help smoothen it. Or you could use a white pastel. So there we go. That's how it's supposed to look. Okay, so now on top of that, I'll be using a light green here. And I'll just be adding a very light layer of that too. Like that, on top of my pink. And bring it down. That, okay, just like that. And I'll just blend it in. Okay, so now I'll be using a dark pink for the flowers. And for the flowers, I'll just be doing little dots across this pink place here. Just little dots. And dots. Don't have to make them really fancy, just all over. And you just keep on going, so that. They won't look like flowers much, but just how flowers look. If you look really far from the distance, flowers look really tiny. That's the point of view we're trying to get here. And we'll be doing it all across. Bottom here, top. There can be some of the green part as well here. I'll keep doing it on the bottom. Okay. There. And you can have as many of them as you want. I think that's what you want. Okay, so now I'm using a different color. a difference, but I'm just gonna put something, a little bit of clear. Okay, there we go. And keep on doing that until I think it's enough. Okay, I think that's enough for the flower part here, and I'll be showing you the next step. Okay, so for the flowers, I'll be also adding it in a darker pattern. So use a super dark color here, and I'm just starting off with that at the bottom a little. Keep adding it. It's okay because it's overlapping with flowers, so it's okay if you lose the peak of your flowers. So keep adding them on the bottom, and then get a lighter pink color. That, and I'll just keep on going like that until, okay, just keep on going like that, and you don't have to only put on the pink part, you can also put some on the green part here, like I'm going to do. Here, and you can add many different colors like this orange, this red color. Colors of flowers blooming. Now it's really pretty when they're all seen together. There we go. Stop here if you like, and add a bit more. Okay, so now finally for the land part here we're talking about, I will be doing the same thing I did for the trees. Use the light green and the dark green pastels here. So first, I've already used the light green on the part where I put these flowers, and now I'll be using the dark green. So for the dark green, just slowly out. Make sure you don't touch the flowers because they might blend in. So we're gonna start over here. Just come out and color the whole piece. Keep on going like that. Okay, so once you are finished coloring, here is how your scenery should look. So you start off with the beautiful sky and come down to the beautiful flowers on the ground here. And I'll be adding some touches to the land with the super dark green that I also use for the trees. And I will be just a little bit here and a bit here. And I can come up and just like that. Okay, so to blend the colors in like I've done here, you're just going to take a tissue paper that I've been using, and you're just going to rub it super nicely here, and once you have, it will become super smooth, like that, and it's going to be blended in. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching us, my sisters, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!